Hello, glad to have you on Deltascope this week. Deltascope is our weekly magazine program on television that plays host to economic, social, and political stakeholders in the Delta State Development Project. Welcome to this week's edition. My name is Onome Iyarowe. This week on Deltascope, we're playing host to a trained sociologist, anthropologist, and political scientist. He is a lawyer and a staunch politician in Delta State. This man has held different positions in Delta State. Like he shared with us in this interview you're about to see, he has not held any elective position, but his name makes so much waves in the Delta State political history. He was one-time special advisor to His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Adaokowa, on library development. Presently, he is the #1 party chairman, People's Democratic Party in Delta State, the chairman of the Delta State People's Democratic Party, PDP. We're talking about Barrister Chief Kingsley Esiso. When our crew met with this wonderful politician, a lawyer, and a businessman, he shared so much with us about his personal life, his personal contributions in the development of Delta State, and what his party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has been doing for so many years, and up to delivering His Excellency and other PDP members in the just concluded elections. Our interview with Barrister Chief Kingsley Esiso is indeed an eye-opener. Let's join the crew now as we play host to Barrister Chief Kingsley Esiso.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, maybe you should tell me about, or tell us about how you came here. Let's start from your days. I mean, you have so much, invested so much on your personal development, that is through education. You have combined honors, sociology and anthropology, am I correct, sir?
And political science.
And political science. That's 3 in 1. Okay. And after that, you went further to become a lawyer. That means you went to read law. No,
I went further to do a master's program.
Okay. So sorry, let me not swear you off. Just tell us about it.
About what
specifically? About education, because if I say I make mistakes.
Okay. I attended Etio Primary School in Saple.
Yes.
Of course, as a young man, I left there and went to Iwere College Koko for my secondary education.
Okay.
And the University of Benin. That's what we are talking about. Where I did a combined honors in sociology, anthropology, and political science.
That's a real mix.
I haven't done with that. I came back to Delsu, Delta State University. Yeah. And of course, I obtained my master's degree in business administration. I wasn't done with that because I always loved to be a lawyer. Okay. I went back to the University of Benin to do a law program. And of course, the Nigerian Law School.
Okay, I know this thing, they say that every Roboman is a lawyer. They study law. It's just the answer. Okay, so that has really equipped you for the future.
Yeah.
Okay. You had a plan to become a politician? Or
what?
It fell into you?
What? It's what?
You had a plan to become a politician?
Even before I went to school, I have been politicking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Even before I went to school, I've been politicking. Right from the time I left secondary school, I've been interested in politics, and I became active politically in 1987. That was when we do what you now call the zero-party election.
Yes.
That was when I became active for the first time, and very active too. And from there, I've been involved in the various political formations and till the PDP.
You were a member of the DGM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Which accumulated others?
I was a member of the CNC, the GTM. In fact, I was the public secretary of GTM in Sapele Local Government Area. So that you can see, it's not just today.
Yes.
It's an historical thing.
What we say, you don't take. Okay, so you, at the point, you were advisor to the governor on
Library development.
Okay. What does that entail?
Well, basically, my job then was to assess the state of library in the state and see how we can further do something about developing what we have on ground by the time the government came in 2015. And then when I came, the first thing that struck me was the current library, the state-of-the-art library you now see at Miriam Babangida near the Central Bank.
Yes.
It was an completed building. And I was, in my brief, I found out that was supposed to be a library, And I approached the governor and told him, this is what I found. He said, put it on paper, let's see. So I put it on paper, including pictures. And from there, he approved that we should go back there and rework it. And that's the result we are seeing there today.
That's not the only library you worked on.
Yeah, and I'm aware because, like I told you, my job doesn't include accessing all the libraries in the state. And in the process of doing that, in the few months I was in that office, I discovered that we have a lot of libraries that were down in terms of development. And we picked one or two to work on. And one of them includes the one in Lero and one in Sapele. And today, the one in Sapele is a beautiful one. And I'm happy that the people of Sapele are going there to. It gives me joy, actually.
Okay. If you go through your academic history, from primary school to university, you've taken education very seriously.
Yeah.
That means I say you read a lot.
Yeah. Actually, I am a lover of books, if you like. I love reading. I love expanding knowledge. I believe that what you don't know, you can find it out when you read a book. So, for me, it's a passion.
Was that why you became a special advisor on library?
Well, I don't. That's the question the governor should answer, because the governor is the one that decided go and occupy that office.
Yes.
I don't know what they find in me. So, that question should be for him to answer.
And
it was his choice.
2016, you became the chairman of PDP Delta State.
Yeah.
How did that journey come about?
How it came about? To me, a lot of things people don't know. Like I said, I started active politicking in 1987. That's a long time. And since then, I've been occupying one office or the other at the party level, particularly at the local government level. So you see, I've garnered a lot of experience in the process. I've also found myself in one government office or the other. I served on the board of HMB, the Hospitals Management Board, 2 times. I was on the board of RODA, So before this particular regime. So it wasn't a thing that just, okay, come my friend, come and be chairman. No, it has been a journey for me. Like I said, I started this party from foundation in 1998. Like I said, we strolled in from GDM, and we formed what we now know today as the big umbrella, the PDP. So I've been there. It wasn't, to me, it has been a journey.
You stopped with PDP.
Oh, yes.
You're the few people who have not
deferred or decamped.
Ported.
Or a line said to be pushed.
Yes. So, why is that? How come you never, from GDM, which now metamorphosed into PDP, and you've been there till now, what's keeping you PDP? Or what kept you PDP?
Honestly, firstly, I believe at the beginning that the leaders of PDP, the founding fathers of PDP, have a vision of one Nigeria, and in Delta, a vision of one Delta, That's why I so much love this idea and this concept of rotational governorship, that the governor move from one senatorial district to the other. I so much love it. Because I believe that's the only way we can have peace in Delta, particularly at the political level. So whenever I think about it, when one party will just come from nowhere and say, okay, they want to run for governor and all that, I thought, these people, what do they want to do? They're not going to disrupt this good process that has been put in place. This is a thing that is working for all Deltans, you know. So I've never been interested in them. So for me, honestly, I believe that PDP has been working for Delta. I believe PDP worked for Nigeria, and PDP can still work for Nigeria. So for now, up to now, I don't see any reason why I should leave the party, honestly. Yeah.
It's your party.
Oh, definitely, it's my party.
PDP is you and
Oh,
PDP.
yeah, I'm PDP.
Okay. But we also know that you've not, all these years in politics, you've not gone for an elective post. Is that strategic?
Well, let me put it this way.
Okay.
You see, everything in this world has its time and season.
Yes.
Up to now, I have not. Nobody knows. It's only God that determines the what a man becomes in future.
Yes.
But for now, I have not contested as a person. Even though I'm involved in all elections, I've not personally been involved, by contesting for an office. Not because I don't want to contest the election. I always tell people that cares to listen. Look, if I contest the election, I will not fail. And that is not because I feel I'm very popular or I'm playing God. Because I believe that I have the capacity to analyze my environment. And if I go to my bedroom and analyze my environment, considering all factors that are involved, and I find out that I don't have the chance, why will I want to come and say, because I want to be a former aspirant, let me come and contest? I will not. So, but if I did not come out, then I will not fail. Is that not true?
Yes.
That's the position.
If you don't shoot, you don't know.
Oh, that's the position.
Okay. So I'm beginning to think that, I'm beginning to believe that.
By the time, but I'm confident I will win. You will see my flag flying.
But for all you've done, I think the confidence is there. You're more of a kingmaker. 3 years now, you've been the mantle of leadership of PDP.
Is that for 3 years now? Oh,
Yes.
about 3 years,
About
yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
How time flies, eh?
Yeah.
I'll say you came where we were when I mean we now, PDP.
The party, yeah.
The party was a bit, even the party was a bit losing steam
Yeah. Particularly in Nigeria.
in Nigeria.
True.
Okay, at the point people felt that PDP, the umbrella has plenty holes now. Okay, but you came and you put it together. I mean, you've done 25 by 25. What I mean,
Yeah, at council level.
council level. I mean, strategically. What can you tell us what your strategy is?
By the time I came in, truly, party in Nigeria was facing real challenge because then, we just lost at the federal level. It was a huge challenge. And people like us started turning neck for the first time. So we now have the responsibility of contributing towards developing the party, towards changing the way things were being run. But thankfully, at that level, we succeeded. But here at the state level, on the day of my inauguration, I remembered, I told the world that I'm going to do things differently. That will be fair, will be free to every party member, but will be firm. And people thought, what is this guy saying? But I meant what I was saying. So for me, I believe in inclusive politics. I believe every party member, no matter your class, your status, you must be carried along. That is what we try to do. So we tried as much as possible to carry everybody along in working the party. And it works for us. Now, when the time for primaries came, we developed strategies. We developed ideas that will allow us to conduct the primaries in such a way that generally the products of the primaries will be accepted. And we succeeded. We did that at the local government level. We succeeded. And when it came to the general election that was just concluded, people thought, oh, what will happen? PDP is known for impunity. PDP is known for imposition and all those sort of cracks. But I told them, no, that was then. This is my time. It will not be like that. Things will be done differently. And people were saying, what is this guy talking about? But today, they are happy because we were able to do things differently. So we were able to conduct primaries that generally seem to be free, generally seem to be fair, and generally seem to be credible. So what happens? Because we succeeded at that level. When the general election comes, all party members were on the board working together. The bond was strong. People believe that, oh, if these candidates are product of the party, then we have responsibility to ensure that our candidate wins the election. So that was it. So when the campaign starts, like everybody in Delta State, it's like no longer a PDP affair even. Like all Deltans are involved in the campaign. All Deltans will meet on the road, want a party to win. So that was it.
I love you. Somebody's in love. Why is that? Yes, I'm in love now. I did my own, all of a sudden my body they do me. I love you. Seriously intimidating, my body calibrating. I need you. Even when you're wrong or right, I cannot be satisfied. I just wanna hold you tight and feel alright. Girl, I no regret.
Welcome to my new Delta. This past 4 years has been so amazing with Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa as governor. Lots of entrepreneurial and wealth opportunities has been created in the state. Infrastructural developments in all sectors. Over 200 roads have been completed, highways and urban roads. Primary health care has greatly been improved upon. Now you can get health support with ease. Even the educational sector was not left behind. It has received tremendous boost. The state has now become a sport destination. This past 4 years has been so amazing in Delta State. Who knows what the next 4 years will look like? Come with me. Let's create a stronger Delta with Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa, my governor.
Okay, you also agree with me that the opposition was very clandestine this time around.
Yeah.
You see them, you don't see them. You smell them, you don't smell them. They even came, the opposition came with some very strong words. And knowing that the opposition were...
By coming to take over Delta.
Yes, and they were on top. When the opposition went clandestine, what was your feeling?
I believe there's God. I believe there's God.
God in politics?
Yeah. In everything that happens in the life of man, there's God. So if you believe there is God, things become easy for you. That's the first thing. So while they were planning, we were also planning. But while we were planning, we were also praying. They weren't praying because I don't believe they know God.
Okay, they were planning, but you were planning and praying.
Yes. You understand?
Yes.
So that's the difference.
All right. Now, you're the chairman, and we have a governor who is also equally the leader of the party here. What's your relationship with the leader?
My leader and I are referring to the governor.
Yes.
Oh, of course, very cordial. As far as I'm concerned, I've said it all. The leader, I'm the chairman, he's my leader. That's something like that. So God recognizes the fact that he's my leader. There's no conflict.
But you must tell me your strategy. You seem to be like, that guy when they enter, and then they cause wahala.
No. You see, people must recognize their role. In every office you find yourself, the first thing you must do is to recognize your role. Once you recognize your role, then the job is half done. I know and recognize my role. And I recognize fully well that the governor is not just the leader of the party, he's my leader.
So if I ask you what's your relationship between Mr. Kingsley
and Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa,
yes,
very cordial, very friendly, very fatherly. If I need a father advice, I will run to him.
Still with Mr. Kingsley.
Want to be a good student, go and learn in the school of Okowa. I call it Okowaism. By the time you graduate from that school, you will be a very, very good graduate. Let's leave it at that.
Let's not
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Being prosperity for all Deltans.
Yeah.
Running on the back of the smart agenda. Now, second term, one of the things, what the mantra we're running was for a stronger Delta. Have we been able to achieve some of the things stated in the first term?
The first and foremost, you must recognize the fact that government is a continuum.
Yes.
And I don't know how you want to differentiate between prosperity for all Deltans and stronger Delta. It simply made the same thing. All what we do by the second term is to escalate what we have been doing or what we have done in the first tenure. That's simple as that. We are still running the same programs, but we are going to improve on them in terms of infrastructural development, in terms of empowerment programs. That's what that is. So there's no huge difference. It's a matter of this is the level we have gotten data to. Let us escalate it to the upper level. That's where we are. And you see, funny enough, because Deltans appreciate what we have done in the past 4 years, that was why you see, not just PDP, but the entire Deltans troop up and voted again for Kowa to come back. Because they wanted to continue what he's doing. It's not left for us to reciprocate Deltans by improving on what we have done so far.
Can we do some bullet points of the things to expect?
Deltans specifically must expect improvement in their lives in terms of road infrastructure, the educational sector, the health sector, and the social sector in particular. Delta must improve, a mass improvement in their lives.
Okay. When Barrister Kingsley Esiso leaves office as the chairman of the great party, PDP in Delta State, what will be your milestones? Yes.
Yeah, I want to be remembered as the chairman that occupied this office and during whose tenure the party is fair to all members. The party is inclusive in its operation. The party, in whatever time we find ourselves doing primaries, the primaries must be seen by members of the party to be generally free and fair and credible. That's what I want to remember for.
Now, when Okowa leaves office, when your leader leaves office, what do you think is going to leave behind?
I'm very, very certain, I'm very, very confident that by the time Okowa leave office in 2023, if it was possible, or if it would be possible for the constitution to be amended, for him to do a third term, Deltans will be very happy to allow him come back for third term. But of course, we know that it's time bound. By 2023, that would be the exit time. But by that time, because he would have been able to touch the lives of Deltans positively, so much so that they will see improvement in their lives in terms of social and infrastructural development. Deltans will, I don't know whether they will feel bad if he's leaving, but they will be rejoicing that the great man came, saw, and conquered.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Urese of Abon Kingdom.
And the Rome of Okpa Kingdom.
Okay, sir. What do you think the leaders now, upcoming, and the ones there, is there anything they can learn from His Excellency at Okowa?
You see, the young ones these days, I don't know how to put it, but I just hope. You see, in those days when we say, this man is my role model, there might be things that you see him doing well that you want to copy. And our people used to say that if you are not close to a tree, you won't know the type of leaves that that tree carries, you know. So I don't know how they will come close to Okowa. Because you must come close to him to truly know who Okowa is. You understand? And if you come close sufficiently to know, then you will know that he is a very thorough person. A man that wants to put in his best in whatever he's doing. So there are a lot of things people can learn from him, actually. That's the truth.
In your own opinion, what do you think we can do to make Delta State a stronger Delta?
Yeah, for me, two things. Basically, two things. One, we must grow our educational system. It matters to me a lot. We must improve our school system. All levels, at all levels, primary, secondary, tertiary. We must grow it, we must develop it, not just in terms of infrastructure, but in terms of, human capacity. And if we do that, if we can do it, if we can get it right successfully, that's a better way to grow the state. Because everything in this world, to me, centers on education. Education makes the difference between, if you like, the rich and the poor.
Yes.
Education makes a difference between the wise man and the fool. So, you see, education makes a lot of difference in the lives of man. So to me, that's the first thing we must deal with. We must go back there to the grassroots and rework our educational system. If we can get it right, data will be great for it. And the second one for me is our infrastructure, and that is where OCOA is the perfect man. Grow our infrastructure in terms of road, because with that road, your agriculture is useless, because no matter what you grow in your farms, you cannot take them out. People cannot access their homes. People cannot access their communities. So, to me, that is number two. Our infrastructure must be developed in such a way that all parts of Delta State, not just the urban, what they call the upland part of Delta, even the riverine, they need these infrastructures. Then we move from one community to the other, and we are seeing it now during this tenure. To me, it's something we must continue to work on, and I give kudos to the governor, and for me, it must continue in that direction. So by the time I live in 2023, the governor that will come after him will have a lot of job to do.
Thank you very much. Finally, sir, when you're not politicking, what do you do?
When I'm not politicking, well, I'm doing my private business. I run a school. I enjoy staying with my family a lot.
Okay,
a lot for emphasis, and of course, reading books.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thanks.
Amazing moments there with Barrister Chief Kingsley Esiso, the chairman of the Delta State People's Democratic Party, PDP. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed our package this week. He has shared so much with us. Something you can take home with you is that he is a committed and faithful party man. And as the #1 PDP member in Delta State, he has told us he will remain there until everything in Delta State is fine, so long as he is working with His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, the man he has described as almost a perfectionist and a great and honest man. Together, Barrister Chief Kingsley Esiso has told us he's moving Delta State forward. All of us can do the same. Well, that will be it for this week's edition of Deltascope. To participate in our program, please join us in our different social media platforms for your contributions, comments, and observations. That's it. On behalf of the producer and the production crew, this is your host, Onome Iyarowe, signing off.